Good evening. My name is Alicia Lewis. I'm a student at NAU going into my junior year. And as a student of the university, I would like to make my opposition to this development known, especially as the project is being publicized as being beneficial to the student population at NAU. The only reason that new housing is required to absorb the student population is because NAU continues to aggressively expand its incoming freshman population year after year. These incoming freshmen are whom the housing projects are accommodating, and given the extreme dropout rate between freshman and sophomore years and the tendency for sophomore and above students to obtain housing off of campus, it follows that these students are only being brought in at such great numbers for the university's own profits. This new development will not benefit returning or existing students who are already a part of the Flagstaff community. In fact, the destruction of affordable housing in Flagstaff will hurt returning students who are paying higher rates in student housing than they do off of campus. Furthermore, even if this project were beneficial to current students at the university, I have to ask if the only way to accommodate students is through harm to the vulnerable members of the Flagstaff community. I think it has been made clear that this is not the truth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dorothy Rissel, and then Robert Douglas.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, and council members. My name is Dorothy Rissel. I will not repeat the many reasons why this project does not belong in the chosen location. Last night, the members of the Plaza Vieja Neighborhood Association, as well as many others, spoke very eloquently about the reasons why the Standard does not belong in this historic residential neighborhood. I am in full agreement with them. Please note that in an hour and a half of testimony, not one person spoke in favor of the project, even after 15,000 or more robocalls had gone out to Flagstaff residents trying to drum up support for the Standard. The development proposed by Landmark is intended to house 650 students. This is more than the population of either Munns Park or Tusayan. Landmark wants to cram 650 into an almost 7-acre parcel. Would you want this development in your neighborhood? Insurance companies demonstrate by the rates they charge for drivers under 25 that these are not the most competent and careful drivers around. Reasons cited for the high rates include lack of driving experience, easy distractibility, bravado, showing off for your friends, and lamentably driving under the influence, particularly between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. Do we want to expose this quiet residential neighborhood and the people who live there to hundreds of such drivers? And true, not all of the 650 will be reckless drivers, but 10% of that is 65. It will no longer be a safe place for children to play and for the elderly to walk. The regional plan says the character of existing neighborhoods should be respected. The proposed project does not do this. In addition,
Ms. Rissel, I have to ask you to wrap up.
Okay, well, let me say this. I live on the west side of Flagstaff. I go through the intersection of 66 and Milton every time I come in town or go back home. If you're going to dump pedestrians, more cars, bicycle traffic in an intersection that's already F, that's not a good idea. I urge you to vote against the zoning variance. Please recall and keep in mind that you are elected to represent the people of Flagstaff. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Robert Douglas and then Raj Clark.